reach Waymeet here. I'm gonna come over here and talk to Dora Brownlock.
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
She's got to rescue Dora's chickens. When the wolves chased me off my farm, I didn't have enough time to collect my babies. My poor darlings. What was that? My chickens, of course. If those wolves have gotten a hold of them, I just don't know what I'll do. You can save them for me, Gnarlo. I know you can. Follow the road north up the hill out of Waymeet. Take the first stone path to your right. You'll see a sign for my farm at the correct crossing. Quickly, you must save my little darlings. Let's go and rescue Dora's chickens, shall we? Oh. And where do you want your mail to go? Let's see. Postman 2foot. I don't. Do you have a mail pouch?
Please stay a moment.
Ah, it's the mail for Needlehole. Okay. Let's accept it. Oh, there's a nosy hobbit right up the road. So we're going to have to do a little maneuvering here. Let us grab the mail pouch. And then we're going to have to jink around a hobbit. Through rain, sleet, snow, plowed fields, and hopefully unfriendly mobs. The rain, the mail must be delivered. Alrighty. Past snarling wolves and nosy hobbits. Rescuing Dora's chicken shouldn't be much of a much. Looks like the wolves in this area have all become green to me now. So we will continue on till we get to Needlehole. That satchel timer is counting down pretty quickly there, so I definitely don't want to get too distracted off the course. Fortunately, between cities, like you saw there, between Michael Delving and Needlehole, you're not going to run into any nosy hobbits out here in the, well, I hate to call it a wilderness. Let us say the unpopulated areas of the Shire. I don't think there's any part of the Shire that you could properly term a wilderness. So out into the bog we go. Now the bog here has at times a rather unexpected surprise that you can come across. That's all I'll say for right now. I don't see any sign of it at the moment. Hopefully maybe one of these trips out here at night we might run across it. It certainly surprised the devil out of me the first time I came through here and ran into him. And that was many, many years ago. Alright. Needlehole is ahead of us. We need to start looking for nosy hobbits again. Definitely have plenty of time to get there with the satchel and do a little dodging of any quest-spoiling hobbits that we might come across. Let's see. Hopefully the postman's going to be somewhere close by. I think that's him. There we go. Postman Redsmith. Good. We've completed another mail delivery. Like I said,
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
And they have one to go to Michael Delving, so on our way back, we will carry that one. Alright, and who do we need to talk to here? Griffo Boffin. Griffo Boffin. He is right over here. Okay. Looks like maybe he is tending to a wound. Hurt his knee, perhaps. Alright, Griffo, where's the money? The mayor wants his money.
Lovely day, isn't it?
I know what you're thinking, that I stole the money, but I didn't. I was taking the money on a shortcut across the bog to Overhill where the carpenters are working today, and those ragged-looking dwarves came running down at me from the north. They had axes and looked like they meant to use them, so I don't mind saying I ran as fast as I could back to town. But I dropped the bag with the money along the way and turned my ankle, too. I was just trying to come up with some way to tell the mayor the bad news when you showed up. I think those dwarves came out of the Rushock Bog east of here, about halfway to Overhill. I expect the bag is in their camp. You'll know it by the large wooden bulwarks that protect it. If you can recover the bag of money, please bring it back to Assistant Fellahide with my apologies. Alrighty. So, we need to go back into the bog and collect the money bag. Apparently, there are some less than friendly dwarves in the bog. Came rushing after him.
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
Assuming that he's just not scared of his own shadow and scared of dwarves. Gracious me, I'm glad to see you. You see my cow Daffodil, she's gone missing, and I expect some foul play. Yesterday a dwarf came by my farm. Olfar was his name, and he wanted to buy my Daffodil. Well, I couldn't sell her. She's the only cow I got. He didn't seem to take that well. I think he may have come back and stolen her. Now, I don't know where he might have taken her, but I do remember that his boots were caked in mud. I'll wager he was out tromping about in Rushock Bog. Maybe that's where he took her. Start looking at Troll's Knoll. Excuse me, southeast of here. Alrighty. Now, that may sound a little strange, knowing Durin's folk and all, and the fact that we are right here in Needlehole, where the dwarves and the hobbits live in relative peace with each other. But had you played through, if we had started an elf or a dwarf, we would have been playing through their starter instance and would have come across the fact that there's a group of evil dwarves in this game known as the Dour Hands. And Thorin's people, Thorin and Gimli and Gloin and all the rest of that troop, are known as the Longbeards. They are part of Durin's folk, the same people that built Moria. But the Dour Hands, they aren't so nice. They tend to get together with evil forces. They were easily swayed by Angmar and Sauron. And have therefore been turned to mix my worlds here. They have been turned to the dark side. So, alrighty, Troll's Knoll. I'm wanting to say it's one of these hills. I don't know right at the moment which one it is. Let's take a look on this one. Nope, this one wasn't it, so it should be, there we go, this one should be it there, right there. This is Troll's Knoll. And they call it Troll's Knoll because on the top of it, there is a troll, excuse me, that has been turned to stone, a troll that got caught out here in the sunlight, and as you know, this is what happens to trolls that get caught out in the sun. They turn to rock. And we have found a cow corpse. That must be poor Daffodil. This poor cow looks like he was attacked and partially eaten by a large beast of some kind. Around its neck you find a bronze bell. So we will collect the cow bell. And it's a bronze cowbell. I said sometimes the items have little funny messages or other bits of trivia attached to them, but apparently not this one. Pardon me for just a moment again. Sorry, had another sneeze building up there. I think it's the change in the weather here. It's got my sinuses all tore up. The hobbit fighting away, killing slugs. While we're here, before we take that bell back, let's travel along the north edge of the bog and see if we can find that stronghold of the raggedy dwarves that he was discussing. Grab some branches along the way. Okay. Not seeing anything yet that looks the slightest like a palisade or a fence or anything like that. Oops. There's one of the dour hands, a couple of the dour hands. Like I said, the dour hands, those are the less than friendly dwarves. I guess you could actually call them evil, because they are in league with the forces of Angmar at this time and place. That in the elf and dwarven instances, you actually join in the battle against them. Alright. Let us take the fight to him. Alright. Took him down. What about this other here? Alright, this is aim. That is exploit opening, which will stun the target. And that's the mischievous glee. Since we had that trick on him, we could use our mischievous glee. And it acted almost as a heal for us. There we go. And that allowed us to use that skill as well. So we did 2 attacks. Nice. See, that allowed us to make 2 attacks right afterwards and took him out. Very good. I definitely think that was a group of skills well worth buying at the trainer there. Another dour hand. Let's see if we can get past these. More up this way. Alright, maybe we'll go into sneak mode. Let's start acting like a burglar here, Gnarlo. You don't have to fight everything you come across. And we are looking for a satchel. He said it would be in... there we go. There's the palisade of logs. We're looking for a satchel of money. That should be inside their camp. Whoops. Ooh, didn't want to get too close to that one. Alright. As we saw when we were doing this with the goblins in Golfimble's Hole, as long as we don't get too close to these lower level ones, they should not be able to detect us. Now, let's see if we can take this guy. And, yeah, he was definitely not much of a much. We didn't get to use our... Did not get to use our ability on him, though. Okay, we've collected the money bag. Now, get into sneak mode again. And let's get out of here like a true burglar. Now, a couple more levels and I can really be a burglar. And pick their pockets while I'm at it, too. But this will have to do for right now. Ooh, Trapper. Whoop! Trapper saw us. Okay. Alright. Got a little too close to him for a little too long, and he detected us. Let's see if we can get past these others. Not that they're a threat by any means, but I like sticking true to the principles of my class. If I was playing my guardian, I would have charged in there shouting threats and taunts and challenging the entire camp to come and get me. But we're not on my guardian, we're on the burglar. And we do things with stealth. Stealth and finesse. Alright, very good. I think we have left the dwarves behind, so we'll come out of stealth now and hurry on back to Needlehole. Oh, actually, we don't need to do that. Well, yeah, we still need to turn in the cowbell. Sorry. Still need to turn the cowbell in. And then we'll take the money bag back to Assistant Falahide and Michael Delving. So let's get back to Needlehole right quick. Turn that in, turn in the money bag, and I think that will probably be the extent of this episode. That is indeed a putrid slug. And as soon as we finish this up, I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee. Alright, tell him about his poor cow.
It's terrible, just terrible.
Oh, aye, this is my Daffodil's Belle. What could have attacked her so horribly, and why did that dwarf take her? Poor Daffodil, poor thing. Someone needs to pay for this. Please, you need to do something.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
That Olfar has to pay for stealing my Daffodil and for leaving her out in the bog to be killed like that. The dwarves who pass through Needlehole may not pay any mind to ordinary hobbits, but I reckon they'll listen to a Bounder of the Watch. You go tell Bounder Chubb about this, and maybe you two can keep that dwarf from getting away with this. Bounder Chubb is on the north side of Needlehole. Tell him about my poor Daffodil and do something about this Olfar. Alrighty. And you couldn't walk right across here and talk to Bounder Chubb, could you? He's not that far away, you know. Let's see. It's the north side of Needlehole. Oops. A little bit too steep there. Bounder Chubb, Bounder Chubb. Where you at, Bounder? Alrighty. I don't think he's up here. I don't think I saw him down there. I may have ran past him. Nope, we've left Needlehole, so he definitely isn't up that way. I must have ran on past him. Not noticed him down there next to the postman or something. So we'll head back down there. There he is. Yeah, pal. I mean, you could have walked over here and told him yourself. Hell, he could have overheard our conversation. He's that close.
Good day.
What? Filbert's cow is dead, and he suspects a dwarf? This is outrageous. Most of the dwarves who pass through here are an agreeable lot, but lately there have been more than a few rascals about. I don't know this Olfar, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was one of that bad lot. The problem is I can't go off accusing dwarves of being thieves without proof. That would upset the whole lot, and we'd probably never find the one responsible. What to do?
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
I knew you'd come up with something you wanted me to do. I've got it. There's a dwarf by the name of Olfar with whom I've had some dealings in the past. He might be of some help. I think he's sort of an overseer for the dwarves or some such. In fact, just the other day there was a bit of a tussle between two of his folk, and Olfar waded in and broke it up. The other dwarves seemed to respect him, so he might know something about his people here that will be of use to us. You should be able to find Olfar up there among the dwarf buildings north of Needlehole. Tell him what you told me, and hopefully he'll be able to help us. So, now I know where Olfar is. That part we shouldn't have to look for too long. There we go. Olfar the supplier. I supervise the dwarves here, keeping them well fed and well supplied.
What do you need?
It doesn't surprise me that Olfar was involved in this. A number of dwarves passing through lately are of low character, and he's the worst. I wish I could tell you where he was, but I've not seen him about for a few days. Those other dwarves might have seen him. In fact, just the other day I saw a bunch of them crowding around a parchment of some sort. I didn't catch what they were talking about, but I did hear Olfar's name mentioned. That parchment could have been their orders. If you could go out to Rushock Bog and acquire a few of those letters from the dwarf hunters out there, we might learn what Olfar is up to. Alrighty. So that's probably where we're going to stop for right now, as the sun rises over the Shire here, and dawn is upon us. And next time we will go and kill some more of the dour hands until we can find the letter that we need and collect the dwarf orders. So thank you for playing, thank you for watching along, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.